Welcome to the Washington Project 2024. My name is Elise Goldberg, and I'm the site manager at Washington's headquarters State Historic Site in Newburgh, New York. Washington's headquarters is the first publicly owned historic site in the nation. It opened in 1850, and the general was here for 16 and a half months towards the end of the war. Martha was with him for 12 months. While the general was here, he created the Badge of Military Merit, which is the forerunner of the Purple Heart we know today. He also squelched a potential mutiny of his officers that's known as the Newburgh Conspiracy. He also articulated his vision for the new republic and sent it to all the state governors in what was known as the Circular Letter. That became the foundation for the Constitution. If you haven't been here, contact information for the site is at the end of the video. Before we begin, I'd like to thank those who have supported this program and made it possible. I'd like to thank Safe Harbors of the Hudson, New York State Parks, and their initiative Connect Kids to Parks, which is New York State Parks and the Environmental Protection Fund, and the Palisades Interstate Park Commission. So without further ado, please enjoy the Washington Project 2024.
'Twas the night before crossing, when all through HQ, every creature was stirring, even GW, preparing to go to holiday prayer. First to the Puritans, they would start there. The Washingtons walked to Puritan Hall to find out there wouldn't be Christmas at all. Not only that, but if he caught, he'd be fined. He quickly ran out, Martha not far behind. What Scrooges, what Grinches, Martha then said. Let us go back to home and into bed. Martha, we mustn't, George replied. Not until every religion is tried. Onward they strode to the Dutch Reformed Church. Finding it empty, they started to search. No energy, no flock, not even a choir. It turns out they celebrate 19 days prior. On December the 6th, the great feast they ate. To honor St. Nicholas, George was too late. We get dressed for nothing, Martha declared. We might as well go back to bed, Martha dared. We mustn't, we shouldn't, George said with a frown. These are multiple houses of prayer in these towns. Onward they rode to the Quakes meeting house. They tried to enter George and his spouse. They turned him away, for he was military. George tried to disguise, but they were too wary. Matter not, since the friends did not mark the day, no Christmas service, no reason to stay. The pacifists win, we certainly tried. It is such a shame we can't stay, she lied. Ought not to, best not, George did decree. There is one more group we did not turn to see. Onward they rode to the chief of the tribe. Of their night's tribulations they tried to describe. The trials of celebrating the great infant's birth. The chief then regarded the couple with mirth. This is not in your favor by coming here either, as we do not celebrate Christmas Day neither. We honor the mother, earth as she's named, and the solstice the winter, the chief then explained. Despondent, the Washingtons turned their back again. George said, I guess it's time to give up then. We mustn't, dear husband, it is your duty. As chief of the army, you mustn't be snooty. Remember the words you wrote to the Jews. Sanctioning bigotry makes us all loose. Assisting persecution is never the way. We must try to celebrate this high holiday. You're right, my dear wife. It is just me and you. We shall revel ourselves back at HQ. George explained to his wife as she led her back home. This land needs its Congress to set laws in stone. We've earned us the right to free exercise. Religious constraints is where error lies. George carried on while Martha yawns hidden. Universal established religion forbidden. Congress shouldn't make its laws based on one creed. Diversity, synergy is all that we need. George proclaimed to his wife as she walked out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Looking for a gift for that special someone? The someone who has it all? The someone who won't like anything you get them anyway? Well, we have the gift for you. Armadillo baskets. It's the gift that you can give throughout the entire year. For birthdays, wedding showers, baby showers, funerals, Arbor Day, retirements, anniversaries, or Armadillo Day celebrations. Get the gift that keeps on giving. Armadillo baskets, made from real armadillos. Like me! Armadillo baskets are rich in style and function. Use them to collect firewood, wrangle toys, organize craft supplies, mold toilet paper, plant herbs, or for food, like these meatballs, made from real armadillos, like me. Your loved ones will love it, or if they don't, they will at least think of you every time they see it. Or they will hate it, but they'll be too guilty to throw it away because it's made from a real animal that gave up its life for your enjoyment. Get the gift that keeps on giving. Armadillo baskets, made from real armadillos, like me.
There you go.
This is Louis Nicola. He's sitting with his friend John Morgan, the chief physician of the Continental Army at the Fishkill Supply Depot. They are trying to prevent a mutiny from the men of the Continental Army who have not received pay in months.
I gotta say, I am proud of your invalid corps. They are doing great work training new recruits. It is somewhat thanks to me, though. Though if I were more successful with my job, you would be less.
You flatter yourself, sir. If you were more successful with your job, there would be no need for an invalid corps.
I am a doctor, not a miracle worker. I tell my students, measure twice, cut once. You see the tools I have to work with.
You always have to brag in every conversation. Yes, I know, you're very impressive, starting the first medical school in America.
Time passes.
My Uncle Ben,
He's not your uncle.
honorary uncle Benjamin Franklin, was going to speak on your behalf to Congress.
It's not just on my behalf. Every enlisted man, every officer, including you, has yet to been paid. It's been months. No pay, no pension. It's getting out of control.
You think there's trouble brewing?
You mean a mutiny I've been trying to squash at every turn? I think Washington is not aware about how the men are feeling. I don't know how he couldn't see it, but it seems he has no idea.
You should write to him.
No way. I couldn't. I shouldn't.
There needs to be a way these men could be paid. He is the commander-in-chief.
I did have an idea.
Of course you have. You have been doing this a long while. You are smart and capable, old friend.
What if all the Army, officers and enlisted men, were to be given land in the territory west of the states? That would solve the pension problem. Maybe even settle up all back pay and hazard pay.
You should write to him. The worst he could say is no.
Are you kidding? There's a lot worse he could do.
Not necessarily.
What would I even write?
Something in lines of, Your Excellency, I want money, blah, blah, blah.
No way am I just going to demand money from the boss man.
Please, we all need that money, Lewis. Last time I checked, you weren't rolling in the dough.
Fine, I'll write a letter to the general. But if he doesn't like the idea, it's your fault.
Time will tell.
What?
Nothing.
Later that day.
Fishkill, 22nd of May, 1782. Dear sir, I know you're very busy, but we have to talk.
Excuse me, how did you get to where you are? Was that even English? Here, try this. The favorable reception, Your Excellency,
Ooh, fancy pants.
was pleased to give to the representation I was deputed to make.
This seems a bit circuitous.
In the name of the field officers of the Army has introduced me to trouble you on a matter I conceive of importance.
Okay, pretty nice. What else you got?
How about, possibly the event I foresee may not, if at all, take place for a considerable time, but as that is uncertain.
A little backpedaling, maybe.
As the purpose of the enclosed moment and must require your mature deliberation, I choose not to defer mentioning it any longer.
Are you seriously telling me to write that to the commander-in-chief? Don't overreact. He is the most even-tempered, stoic of all men. He's not going to freak out, John. Remember what they say about the cherry tree?
That was a myth. Don't you remember?
Still, he's very honorable. He won't freak out.
Famous last words. It's good to prepare him for what comes next.
Time passes.
I'm not going to write that.
You know it could happen. These men are so mad about not being paid, they're desperate.
Desperate enough to threaten George Washington with violence?
Is it false that these soldiers have lost confidence? Is it false that they are out for blood?
Okay, repeat what you said.
Ooh, Lewis, you got a letter.
From Washington?
It appears so.
Man, that was quick. Let's hope he agreed with what we said.
What's wrong?
Read this.
With a mixture of great surprise and astonishment, I read with attention the sentiments you have submitted by my perusal. Be assured, sir, no occurrence in the course of war has given me more painful sensations than your information of there being such ideas existing in the army as you have expressed. Holy...
This is bad, this is bad, this is really very bad.
Nice job.
What do you mean?
I hear it is very hard to make Washington that mad.
This is no time for jokes. We just made the head of the army extremely mad.
You should write back to him.
Good idea. Maybe we can get him to calm down.
I don't know, he seems pretty angry.
Especially here, where he describes the principles of America and how we should not have a king.
Then who should lead America?
He doesn't say. I know he's in strong favor of democracy, though.
Yes. All right, let's get to work. What should we say to him to apologize?
How about, I'm at this moment honored with yours and am extremely unhappy that the liberty I have taken should be so highly disagreeable to your excellency.
Louis Nicholas sent 3 more letters to Washington without response until he gave up trying to beg for forgiveness. Washington and Nicola would stay in touch throughout the rest of the war, mostly on official business, and during even Washington's presidency. Yay!
I'll tell ye a tale of your great-grandpappy, both hearty and hale. Patrick McGregory was his God-given name. His home on this point was his claim to fame. He came from Scotland, full of vigor and vim, for the imperialist Brits would not honor him. Trading in goods with all who lived near, Sachem and settler both met him here. Neetalk will always be friends. Our living history, it never ends. We live through joy and through pain. The cabin is gone, but foundation remains. War comes, we pick up the fight, standing for what we know is right. We all went separate ways, but always give thanks for our home in the Bay. Mikasa Sukasa, said his friend Count Hun, on this foundation my time can be done. I'll move my wigwam to a new spot, so you can build here if the wampum you've got. To Cowie's Hill he took Patrick to view, building a place for their friendship which grew. The trades of the day were fur and sweet corn. A few short years later a daughter was born. Neetalk will always be friends. Our living history, it never ends. We live through joy and through pain. The cabin is gone, but foundation remains. War comes, we pick up the fight, standing for what we know is right. We all went separate ways, but always give thanks for our home in the Bay. The girl, she grew up so lovely, they say. A cruel British captain, he stole her away. But Gregory was called to duty up north. He died in a battle, but the family held forth. Years later they went, and was a white chief. He moved in the house upon Old Otter Creek. He watched the young kids in the attic above. He told the grandchildren their freedom to love. The daughter, she married George Washington's friend. No friend to the Brits with a message to send. Her brother was mayor, with England he stayed, but his own dear family he never betrayed. We talk, we'll always be friends. Our living history, it never ends. We live through joy and through pain. The cabin is gone, but foundation remains. War comes, we pick up the fight, standing for what we know is right. We all went separate ways, but always give thanks for our home in the Bay.
Are you sick of wasting time and money in the salon every month? Are you interested in vintage clothing and old movies? Have I got the tool for you? It's a game changer. Introducing the Brow Styler 1885. Originally made to process fresh wool, this tool, made popular in the early 18th century, is back with a vengeance. This wool comb has 2 rows of long iron teeth. Once popular in turning wool into yarn, they will help turn your eyebrows from blah into bushy. Forget long, painful trips to the salon. Get the look you want in the comfort of your own home. Nano brows, bleached, and laminated styles are yesterday's news. Look into the future by looking into the past. Get the brow styler 1885 today.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Josiah Wedgwood. I'm the founder of the Wedgwood Company. I'm looking for $50,000 and 5% share in our equity for our company. Wedgwood is a well-known catalog purveyor of fine glazed earthenware. With 6 years of brand equity, we have surprised and delighted our customers from Europe to Russia and across the Americas. But times are changing. Here in my hand, I'm holding a research report from Woodside Research.
What do they have to do with anything?
As you may be aware, I am a pioneer of modern marketing. Direct mail, money-back guarantees, traveling salesmen, carrying pattern boxes for display, self-service, free delivery, buy one get one free, and illustrated catalogs.
You're the BOGO guy?
Indeed, Woodside Research discovered that the market for ceramics will only continue to rise as population increases and the wares break. We have made great strides in earthenware, which is less expensive to manufacture than porcelain. We have also made great significant improvements in jasperware, working with chemists.
Chemist, what is that?
Chemistry is the study of properties and behavior of matter. We are using it to improve our glazes and how fine and how clay is fired up to make it more durable.
Then wouldn't people buy less if it lasts longer?
No, because of the marketing. I keep my wares in tune with current fashions. Every table will be dressed with the newest trends in pottery.
And could you please remind us of what you brought forth today? You've only brought one.
Well, I can't bring the whole warehouse. This one here is a dear favorite of mine. We call it the cauliflower.
What does it do?
It's a pot. Mr. O'Leary for tea or coffee. It works splendidly and looks swell in any household.
So it's just a teapot.
It is also a coffee pot.
With all due respect, Mr. Wedgwood, a teapot, or whatever you call it, is not very impressive.
Correct. Anyone can go to their local merchant and purchase such an item. I think we can all agree that it's not worth $50,000 you are seeking.
We do have others.
Such as?
Well,
We do have another piece. It isn't with us today, but we can certainly discuss it.
What is it?
It's called a colander.
I don't believe that fully answers the question.
It is used for draining liquid. It's shaped like a bowl, with small holes dotting the bottom so only the liquid can escape. It's perfect for cooking pasta.
What's pasta?
A new delicacy from Italy. You could also wash vegetables.
Is it better than that cauliflower?
anything at this point would be better than that cauliflower.
Why must they complain so they couldn't even dream of cooking themselves? Calm down. Just be happy they haven't thrown us off the stage. The colander is very popular with the Europeans, and their popularity is only rising with the colonies.
The colonies seem to like much other than British rule.
Yes, but they should really open their eyes to the leaking food and stop hiding with a worn marriage. That is not how goods heal.
What are you referring to, Mr. Wedgwood?
Slavery. It is a blight on this world with no visible ending.
Slavery, but it's done so much for us.
The same could be accomplished if you could just get off your high horse and stop taking others from their country. I myself have an abolitionist medal.
The only thing I've never represents is the second choosing.
You are not here to discuss matters of slavery.
Wait till I get going. Must we be such a pest? Just focus on ceramics. If we must.
You must.
As I was saying, The colander can be used for many things, such as cooking pasta and washing vegetables.
Yes, but what else does it have?
It comes in 4 different patterns.
How is it made?
I'm so glad you asked. First, we take some clay and press it into a mold. Then we punch in the holes, and what is perhaps my favorite part, we add the details and glaze it in lead.
Lead? That's interesting.
Oh yes, it is the newest technology. Our chemists have found it a way to be very good at protecting the pottery and making them for nice finishes, as you can see.
Interesting. I know this has been a bumpy road, but I think I might take his offer.
Oh.
As much as I might disagree with the gentleman, I can't deny the intrigue.
I think I can.
So we're all in favor of the colander? Pergola? Cuban?
I promise you won't regret this. We will achieve greatness, and that fortune will be steeped into our next generations.